Life is a journey, and along this winding path, we cross paths with countless individuals who shape our experiences in profound ways. Some will inspire us, uplift us, and bring out the very best within us, while others, no matter how close they may appear, can subtly, or not so subtly, hinder our progress. Today, let's delve into an important conversation about 5 types of people who might be standing between you and your true potential. Together, we'll uncover who these individuals are, why their influence can hold you back more than help you grow, and how to identify them. This isn't merely about creating space, it's about clearing the way for personal growth, fulfillment, and success. If you're someone who values deep, meaningful discussions that challenge you to reflect and empower you to become the best version of yourself, then stay with me. Before we dive deeper, I'd like to ask one simple favor. Hit that subscribe button. Every part of what follows is designed to spark insight and action. So don't skip ahead. Instead, immerse yourself fully as we anchor this exploration in timeless Stoic wisdom, a philosophy built on resilience, self-awareness, and purpose. Ready? Let's begin by identifying those who might unknowingly or knowingly be holding you back from flourishing. As we journey through life, we encounter a mosaic of personalities, each contributing something unique to our story. Among them is the competitor, a particularly challenging archetype. You've likely met this person before, the one who turns every interaction into a contest. Whether it's a friend, colleague, or even a family member, they see life as a perpetual race where they must always come out on top. It's not just healthy competition, it's relentless, exhausting, and often toxic. They thrive on comparison, celebrating your setbacks almost as much as their own victories. And if you're constantly competing against someone like this, it can leave you feeling drained, demoralized, and disconnected from your goals. Here's the thing. You can't control their need to compete, but you can control how you respond. Stoicism reminds us that external forces, including other people's behaviors, are beyond our power to change. What matters is how we choose to react. Instead of getting sucked into their endless rivalry, focus on nurturing relationships that fuel your growth and celebrate your wins. Set firm boundaries when needed, clearly communicating what behavior you won't tolerate. Sometimes people aren't aware of the toll their actions take until you address it directly. But if conversations fail to yield change, it may be time to reevaluate their place in your life. Stoicism teaches us that nothing lasts forever. Not relationships, not circumstances. For your peace of mind and continued growth, tough decisions may need to be made. Surround yourself with supporters, not rivals. Seek friendships rooted in mutual respect, encouragement, and shared growth. These are the connections that enrich your life, helping you flourish both personally and professionally. A true friend, in the Stoic sense, enhances your ability to live virtuously and happily. Not someone who undermines your self-worth through constant competition. By embracing cooperation over rivalry, we redefine success as something greater than winning, improving ourselves and uplifting others. Now, let's shift our focus to another draining personality type. The user. This individual often disguises themselves as a friend, but beneath the surface lies a transactional mindset. They show up only when it benefits them, quick to ask for favors, support, or resources, but vanish without a trace when you're the one in need. Relationships like this can sap your emotional energy, leaving you feeling unappreciated and exploited. Dealing with users requires clarity, self-respect, and strategic boundary setting. Stoicism emphasizes understanding our emotions and managing our responses. In this case, you decide how much access they have to your time and energy. Start by setting firm limits on what you're willing to give, and stick to them. Communicate openly about what you expect from the relationship, and don't hesitate to step away if the dynamic remains one-sided. Remember, protecting your well-being is not selfish, it's essential. By prioritizing meaningful, reciprocal connections, you create a foundation for lasting happiness and growth. Clarity is key when defining what you are and are not willing to offer in any relationship. When someone comes seeking your time, energy, or support, pause and ask yourself, Am I helping because it genuinely brings me joy? Or am I doing so out of obligation? If the answer leans toward duty rather than desire, it may be time to decline gracefully. Establishing these boundaries isn't about being unkind. It's about fostering mutual respect in all your interactions. It's perfectly acceptable to turn down a request if fulfilling it would leave you feeling resentful or exploited. Communicating your limits can be as straightforward as saying, "I'd love to help, but I need to prioritize my own responsibilities right now." Or, "I've noticed I'm always here for you, which I'm happy to do, but I feel like that support isn't reciprocated when I need it." These statements aren't merely words. They're affirmations of your self-worth, reinforcing what truly matters in balanced, respectful relationships. The people we allow into our lives profoundly shape our ability to grow, thrive, and find fulfillment. By identifying those who drain your energy, whether they're competitors, users, or chronic complainers, you can take decisive steps to protect your peace, nurture healthy connections, and focus on what truly enriches your life. Life is far too short to waste on unnecessary rivalry or one-sided dynamics. It's time to clear space for growth, happiness, and meaningful progress. In life, the most impactful relationships are reciprocal, built on mutual respect, understanding, and a balance of giving and receiving. Stoicism offers timeless wisdom for navigating challenges, particularly when dealing with difficult emotions or challenging individuals. It teaches us to rise above the emotional turbulence others might try to impose, reminding us that discomfort is temporary while our capacity to act virtuously remains steadfast. By embracing Stoic principles, especially in our relationships, we cultivate calmness and composure, even amid adversity. This philosophy doesn't shield us from negativity. It transforms how we respond, encouraging honesty, balance, and compassion in every interaction. Life is precious, and investing in draining, one-sided relationships leaves little room for true connection and growth. Instead, channel your energy into bonds that nourish you. Those where both parties willingly give and receive, where respect flows freely, and where contributions are valued equally. Surrounding yourself with such individuals not only preserves your dignity, but also creates a community rooted in authenticity and support. While we cannot control others' actions, we hold immense power over how we choose to respond. Setting firm boundaries, particularly with those who refuse to acknowledge their flaws, is vital for cultivating a life grounded in respect, reciprocity, and genuine friendship. Few things are as exhausting as engaging with someone who consistently shifts blame onto others, portraying themselves as perpetual victims regardless of reality. Such behavior breeds toxicity, stifling collaboration and undermining trust. Here, Stoicism provides a guiding light. Focus on what you can control, your actions and responses, and release the emotional weight of others' behavior. When confronted with a blamer, remain emotionally detached. This doesn't mean dismissing their concerns but refusing to let their narrative disrupt your sense of self. A calm, reasoned response allows you to navigate these situations with clarity. Instead of reacting impulsively, steer the conversation toward constructive dialogue. For instance, you might say, "I understand you're upset, but let's focus on what each of us could have done differently to improve the situation." This approach opens the door to resolution and discourages further finger-pointing. Building relationships with accountable, uplifting individuals is crucial for personal and collective growth. These are the people who inspire you to strive for excellence, foster mutual respect, and create an environment where self-improvement flourishes. Surrounding yourself with such allies counterbalances the negativity of chronic blamers and complainers. By practicing emotional detachment and responding thoughtfully, you align your decisions with your values and integrity, safeguarding your peace of mind without sacrificing empathy or compassion. Every group has its share of perpetual complainers, those who see fault in everything. But by setting boundaries, embracing accountability, and surrounding yourself with supportive, growth-oriented individuals, you create a foundation for lasting fulfillment and success. Whether it's the pressures of work, the complexities of relationships, or even something as mundane as the weather, their unending complaints can swiftly sap the energy from any social setting. Over time, their negativity seeps into our own perspective on life, turning interactions with them into something we instinctively dread. Stoicism offers a timely and profound reminder. While we cannot dictate how others perceive the world, we hold absolute power over how we engage with them. The aim is to safeguard our inner peace without sacrificing kindness or empathy. One effective Stoic strategy is to limit exposure, not by avoiding the person entirely, but by establishing boundaries that shield us from emotional exhaustion. Keeping conversations concise or gently steering discussions toward positive, neutral topics can significantly protect your emotional well-being. In some cases, addressing the behavior directly may be the most Stoic response. Approaching such situations with calmness and purpose sets an example of constructive engagement with negativity. Through this lens, Stoic wisdom teaches us that though we cannot control others, we have full command over our responses, and in exercising this control, we preserve not only our integrity, but also foster a more uplifting environment for everyone involved. At its core, Stoic courage transcends bold actions in moments of fear. It embodies the quiet strength to assert boundaries when negativity threatens our serenity. It's all too easy to become entangled in the whirlwind of constant complaining, yet true courage lies in speaking up calmly and assertively. Rather than reacting impulsively, we can communicate our feelings honestly and respectfully. For instance, you might say, "I understand your frustration, but focusing on solutions could help us feel more hopeful." This approach establishes a boundary while offering the other person a new perspective, one they may not have considered. By doing so, you inspire optimism and guide the conversation away from despair. This isn't about forcing change or pretending everything is perfect. As Stoic philosophy reminds us, you can lead someone to clarity, but you cannot make them embrace it. Your role is to provide guidance sincerely, without coercion. Ultimately, transformation must come from within them. You cannot control others, but you can choose how you respond, a principle central to maintaining inner tranquility. The essence of Stoicism revolves around preserving inner peace despite external chaos. When engaging with someone who constantly complains, envision their negativity as waves crashing against a steadfast rock. Their emotions may rise and fall, but your calm remains unshaken. Such emotional resilience is transformative, allowing you to interact without being consumed by the negativity surrounding you. However, protecting your well-being requires balance. Prolonged exposure to negativity can deplete your spirit, making it essential to recharge through uplifting connections or activities that restore positivity. Stoicism encourages us not merely to endure hardship, but to thrive by cultivating habits that nurture mental and emotional health. Yet some relationships pose challenges far beyond mere negativity, those marked by abuse. Emotional, verbal, or physical abuse can deeply wound our sense of self-worth and trust. These toxic dynamics leave scars that linger, shaping how we view ourselves and our value. Recognizing the signs of abuse, manipulation, fear-based control, derogatory remarks, or behaviors that erode independence is the critical first step toward reclaiming safety and dignity. Early awareness of these patterns can be life-saving. Stoicism provides a powerful framework for responding to abuse. While you cannot stop the abuser's actions, you possess agency over your response. This might involve seeking support from loved ones, professionals, or at times, removing yourself entirely from the harmful situation. Making such decisions demands immense courage, rooted in self-respect and the affirmation of your inherent worth. Walking away from abuse is not just about escaping harm. It's a courageous declaration of your value and a vital stride toward restoring your peace. The Stoic philosophy of self-respect calls on us to step away from relationships that jeopardize our well-being and moral integrity. When faced with hardship, Stoicism invites us to reframe it as a catalyst for personal growth. Though leaving an abusive relationship may feel overwhelming and fraught with obstacles, it also presents an opportunity to rebuild your inner strength and reclaim the sense of self that may have been eroded. This ancient wisdom reminds us that how we respond to external challenges ultimately defines our character and shapes our destiny. Through Stoic resilience, we come to understand that we possess the agency to transform our circumstances, not by passively enduring suffering, but by converting it into a source of empowerment. When you take charge of your reactions, you regain control of your life's narrative. Healing from abuse is not a linear path, but Stoicism can guide you in maintaining clarity and balance along the way. It serves as a reminder that while the past cannot be undone, the future remains yours to shape. A future that honors your inherent worth. Surround yourself with individuals who uplift and inspire you, for life is far too precious to be burdened by toxic connections. Choose peace over turmoil, progress over stagnation, and self-respect over compromise. The Stoics taught that we are the architects of our own choices, and sometimes the most courageous decision is to walk away from what no longer aligns with our highest good. If these words resonate with you, pause for a moment of reflection. Recognize that your journey toward wisdom, self-mastery, and empowerment is ongoing. Stay steadfast, stay discerning, and embrace the next step on your path to reclaiming your power.